Okay, good evening, ladies and gentlemen. How are we doing this chilly Wednesday evening? My name is Tabitha Namwone. I am part of the team at WiCyS Uganda, and we are so excited to have you join us this evening. So, what are you looking forward to? Could you tell me in the chat section? Welcome, Anna. Welcome, Claire. Desiranta, Elizabeth, Esther, Evelyn, Famias, Geraldine, Mafari, Pretty, Sozi, Vanessa, and Violet. So, as we wait for more people to join us, I'm so happy that you could make time this lovely Wednesday evening to just partake in this conversation. So a couple of things you're going to expect today, as we mentioned beginning yesterday, we'll be giving out a free membership, a free annual membership to WiCyS Global. And so excited to have all of you witness this. So you're welcome to our inaugural webinar. I can't wait for all of you to enjoy what we've got in store. The amazing team that I'm part of is also here today. We're just going to be joined by two more people who will be taking us through the rest of the webinar. But hang tight and wait for what we have in store for you. So, how many of us have heard of WiCyS before? Just tell me in the chat section. What do you know about WiCyS? Are you curious about what WiCyS is? What do you expect to find out tonight? Okay, I see Sozi Malik is looking forward to knowing the available opportunities. Oh yes, of course, that is definitely going to be something that's going to be touched upon heavily today. I wonder, is Diana back with me? Not yet. Cool. I'm joined by Agnes and Elizabeth, who are also part of the team from WiCyS, and we're going to be taking you through this webinar. So a little about myself. My name is Tabitha. I'm a technologist, and I am a woman in cybersecurity. I'm proud to be a woman in cybersecurity. I joined WiCyS last year out of curiosity, really. I think I found something on LinkedIn about a CTF, a Catch the Flag tournament that was taking place. And I wanted to be part of it, but I learned that I needed to have a membership first. So I sought out the WiCyS community and I found Diana, and she guided me through the whole process of signing up to become a member, and here we are today. Guys, yeah, and here we are today. I get to pass on the joy I have. I'm happy to have been mentored by her as well. So as we hang on and wait for her to join us, let me take on one more question. Oh, Evelyn is looking for a mentor to work together with her on her cybersecurity journey. Best believe WiCyS offers that. It's unfortunate that the window for mentorship just recently closed, but when you join the WiCyS community, you can begin with a local mentor amongst the ladies, amongst WiCyS, and just best believe it's going to be one of the most fruitful things in your career. Who else has something to ask about what's going on today? Tell a friend, tell another friend that the webinar has started, guys. They're going to miss out on so many good things, goodies. Yeah. Let me see. Oh yes, Dana is right here with us. Agnes or Elizabeth, is any of you able to elevate her permissions? All right. And Vanessa Najuko is looking forward to know where she can start in cybersecurity and the opportunities in it. A wealth of opportunities await you. This is the first step. I'm so happy you've taken it. So, is Diana amongst our people yet? Okay, cool. More curious people. Anyway, we all started out just like this. It all changed for us. So what to look forward to in today's webinar? We're going to have the welcome opening, which I am doing. Then we're going to have a keynote from Diana, shortly followed by a member experience and spotlight, then a Q&A. So we'll be ready to answer all the questions that you have. Please put them somewhere for us. We're happy to answer all your questions tonight. And then somewhere in there, we have a surprise for you guys. So Diana is back with us. So a simple introduction about Diana Tukundane Agaba, who happens to be the president of WiCyS Uganda. I told you how I met her, but also I think she's one of the most amazing people you're going to meet or have on your journey. So Diana Tukundane Agaba is the head of information security at Stanbic Bank Uganda and a distinguished leader in cybersecurity with over 16 years of specialized experience in financial sector security and risk management. Diana brings exceptional academic credentials. She has an executive MBA from Quantic Business School, Quantic Business and Technology, a master's in security, Master of Science in Management and Information Systems from the University of Manchester, and a Bachelor of Science in Telecommunications Engineering from Chambogo University. Her expertise is further validated by her certifications, including a ISO, CISP, CISM, CDPO. She's a passionate advocate for diversity in STEM. She is the president of WiCyS Uganda, and she's really the spearhead. She spearheaded this whole thing, guys. She's an active member of leading professional bodies, including ISACA, ISC2, and WiCyS, and lives by the philosophy that success is peace of mind, knowing you made the effort to become the best you are capable of becoming. So please join me, ladies and gentlemen, in welcoming Diana Agaba. Over to you.
Wow. Thanks, Tabitha. Just tell me if I'm audible.
Yes, you are.
I'm audible.
Yes, you are.
Great. Let me share my screen. And then you also confirm the same. But ladies, gentlemen, in which it's the gentlemen, we call them allies. You are most welcome. And we're excited to have you here. Tabitha, is my screen visible?
Yes, please.
Great. Yes, so thanks Tabitha and team for that humble introduction. I am the most excited to be here, and all I can say is that to Simbude as WiCyS Uganda affiliate, and it's really a privilege and honor for us to have this day come to life. It's been a journey like we'll share. But for those that have really shown interest and you're here to hear more about WiCyS, but more so to hear how, one, we can support each other in this field of cybersecurity, how exciting it is, and what a career or a profession it can be for you if you are passionate and, you find a network, a community that continues to encourage you, to inspire you, but above all, to advance you in the career journey that you want to, you aspire for. So, who is WiCyS Uganda affiliate? We are not just a local organization. We are affiliated and a part of WiCyS, or what we call Women in Cybersecurity, a global nonprofit organization out of the United States. We say it as WiCyS, but we are actually trying to say we are sisters. And this is an organization that started out in a university in Tennessee by one of our founders called Dr. Amberine. She was a lecturer and wasn't seeing many ladies within the field of cybersecurity. And she used one of the grants that she had gotten as a professor to start the organization. Not a long time ago, by the way. WiCyS was founded in 11 years ago, and I was, privileged to be at the 10th anniversary for WiCyS in Nashville. But what is our mission? And what excites us to do the work that we do within the WiCyS global community? We have an appreciation of how few we are as women in cybersecurity, and we know that to increase that number, we need to create avenues to recruit, retain, but above all, advance women in cybersecurity. And much as WiCyS is called Women in Cybersecurity, it is open for all, even all genders. We actually have men who are members of WiCyS. Yes, we call them allies, but they get to, experience all the benefits and, all the good things that come with WiCyS. If you look at this picture, you might find some of our allies right there in the picture. So that is the why women in cybersecurity. Recruit, retain, and advance women in cybersecurity, and we'll dive into how we do that. But beyond those three key pillars, we are also a huge community that gives you a sense of belonging, network, a community. Like I've said, a sisterhood. Currently, WiCyS has over 315 student affiliates. Like I said, it was founded in the university, and the dream at that point was to say, can we inspire women to join cybersecurity while they are still within their, years at university, and make them specialize in cybersecurity. But there was also a quick realization that then when they finish and they're in the field, how can they continue this mission? And hence that gave, birth to WiCyS, the professional affiliates. Currently, there are actually 72. When you include Uganda that recently came on board, there's Central Ontario that also just came on board, and we continue to see, the community grow. On the African continent, we are actually only 6 affiliates, thanks to one of our own, Noreen. She's a Kenyan who has lived and works in the US, but during COVID, she had that person to say, WiCyS can't stay just a community for the United States, and convince the board to say, can it go global? And actually, Africa as a continent was the first continent outside the United States where we started to have these affiliates. And we started with the East African affiliate, which Uganda were part of, and as part of the founding members of WiCyS East Africa. And we'll dive into then why WiCyS Uganda. That time, because during COVID, it made sense, you're doing everything online. But as COVID time went away, we had that urge to say, if we want to meet physically, how feasible is it that, because even West Africa was the same. It was started as West Africa to look after Ghana, Nigeria, and all that. And actually what inspired the Uganda affiliate was seeing Nigeria actually create an affiliate within Nigeria, and it takes off. It gets, as active as it did. And the dream is to say one day maybe we'll have a WiCyS Africa conference right here on the continent, and we continue to grow these affiliates on the African continent. But what informs the work that WiCyS does, or the why? It all just is seated within the state of cybersecurity workforce that we currently have, where we only currently have 5.5 million people active in cyber worldwide. So if you're already, practicing your profession in cyber, you make up that part. And we see that the growth is not that, accelerated, only 8%, 0.7% up year on year. On the flip side, we see over 4.8 million unfilled positions across the globe, which makes up 47% of the workforce that is needed. And I know seated in Uganda, you can be like, I have looked for these cyber jobs, where are they? I can tell you, me being in the industry, when regulator BOU for banks mandated banks want to have, CISO or Chief Information Security Officers as a role and have, standalone units for cybersecurity within the banks. It really exposed how much shortage of skill in terms of people that have focused on cyber is. Banks are still grappling in filling these gaps. And that also gave me the aha moment because I also used to be like, they see cyber, there is shortage, but around me, I'm not seeing those opportunities. I can tell you just that experience we have gone through this year in Uganda shows that there's potential to be, opportunities for anyone who wants to join the cyber security field. The other aspect is around, again, it feeds to the shortage, hiring challenges. It takes over a year, 6 to, a year to fill a cybersecurity role, and 21 days longer than any other IT role. The other aspect is around retention, and we've had it to say, you know what, a CISO doesn't last more than 2 years in the role. It speaks that shortage will increase the workload that you have on your desk, will increase the burnout, and before you know it, you're losing interest. You're asking yourself, the why am I still passionate about this? And these are things that we're trying to solve within WiCyS. When it comes to women in particular, we still are between 20 to 25% of the workforce is female. When women in cybersecurity started 11 years ago, it was only 11% of women in cybersecurity. But the other worrying statistics, and this is all work done by the ISC2 study on cybersecurity workforce, is to say women in cybersecurity hit the glass ceiling 6 to 10 years into their career, meaning that we are not going all the way to get into managerial leadership roles. And that is also one thing that women in cybersecurity is here to solve. So coming and bringing it home from the global construct to us as Uganda and why the Ugandan affiliate, I don't know how many of us are in the room and you have seen a scholarship opportunity online and you go and start the application only to be told, oh, this is opportunities for citizens only, or US citizens only, or Canada citizens only. And that's what WiCyS has demystified. Because when you join through a local affiliate, you are exposed to global opportunities. Where we thought SANS as a training school for cybersecurity had only opportunities for, the US, now through Women in Cybersecurity, you can access those opportunities. And indeed, it speaks to what cybersecurity is. It is a global field. It is a global profession that you can practice globally, that the skill that you earn or you attain can be applied across the globe. The other aspect of why WiCyS Uganda is to say, can we connect locally? Can we build a community? Can we, when we meet physically, share real experiences within the local construct that people can relate to? Like when I talked about, do we actually have shortage in Uganda? Now we can say yes or no and see how best to fill those gaps. So we're looking at how do we make a stronger network and mentorship circles, peer-to-peer, because we can relate, we're in the same field, we're in the same, landlocked country, you should say, but the global, opens those boundaries. The last one is having tailored programs for the local context, like I've said. Get partners on board that can help us, drive this locally and have, yes, WiCyS Global has a mentorship program, but nothing stops us from running a mentorship program that is local and, fixed to us as within our context. And we've been blessed to have, volunteers that are passionate, that are ready to drive this community and grow it and build it like no other community. And I'm privileged to be part of them. I know most of them are here on the call as founding members of WiCyS Uganda affiliate. We have myself, we have Pauline, Elizabeth, who has had a work emergency and had to fly to Tanzania shortly. We have Agnes, who will be our program director, Emily Mara, who will be our treasurer, Tabitha on social media, and membership, Kenya. And I know as we grow, we have more opportunities for people to volunteer and make sure that this community does support the mission that we have, which is to elevate us or to lift as we rise, wherever you are. Briefly now, I'll dive into what opportunities are there for you if you join WiCyS Uganda affiliate. Again, WiCyS had an appreciation that we are at different stages in our career. When I joined WiCyS 3 to 4 years ago, a lot of the opportunities were just seated in earlier career. And yet WiCyS would onboard these senior, people in affiliates just as mentors. And the question was, okay, I'm giving my time, I'm a mentor, what is in it for me? And WiCyS has evolved to say, whatever career stage you're at, we have a program that suits you, that will advance you from one stage to another, from earlier to mid-career, from mid-career to senior, and so on and so on. To a point where now you become, either sponsor within the WiCyS organization. So at whatever level you are, just know that you are covered. I remember I only did my first practical capture the flag through WiCyS when I joined. I first did my, AI series when I joined WiCyS, and I'll share some of the opportunities that I've been able to experience being part of this global organization. Be it skill assessment through the CyberGen IQ, because cybersecurity has lots of domains and it's wide. How do you find your niche? How do you know that, yes, I have been a SOC analyst, I have been this, but this is what I'm good at, and this is what I should pursue, whether in certification or experience. I think this is the niche that I should follow. WiCyS is able to give you that guidance as you join. These are some of the opportunities that have been recently opened that look at your career growth and development, from scholarships for training, virtual career fairs. And I know you find most of the US, companies, the likes of Amazon, Google, are the ones that will have jobs listed there. And you'll be like, but how does that help me? Within the career fair, they also do CV reviews. So wherever you turn, you'll find an opportunity that fits you. But what I will emphasize is that, yes, you become a member. Every day you log onto that portal, there will be opportunities. But as an individual, you have to take the action. Because I can tell you there are people I joined with maybe 4 years ago that have never either experienced or gotten an opportunity in WiCyS. And when you ask, they're like, yeah, I saw the deadline, I thought I would apply, and the time, passed me. My call is that when this door is open for you, the next step is for us to take an action and really make a step and enter that door that has been opened. One of the other flagships, and I'm hoping that many of us that joined WiCyS Uganda recently were able to register for the mentorship program. It's a 9-month program, very, very impactful, and we'll hear from one of us around what insights they took from WiCyS. And it focuses on, the soft skills that we take for granted, negotiation, branding, all that, presentation skills. I can tell you maybe some of the presentation skills I've gotten from WiCyS. Again, to just show that differentiator that WiCyS is trying to cater for everyone at the level at which you are. These are some of the opportunities that have been set out for, the people that are already, say, in a leadership position. I've been privileged to, for example, participate in the SAMS exercise virtually, but also physically. And I can tell you, it puts you in the real reality of how do you deal with a cyber incident as a manager or an incident responder and all that. The other key opportunities around the global events, which is the flagship event for WiCyS, and that is the annual conference. Currently, all of them have been happening within the United States. I've been privileged to attend 2 of them, but I can tell you I've attended them through also getting at least 50% of the scholarship, meaning the conference fees is paid, accommodation and meals for the conference period is already paid through this scholarship. And all I have to do is either look for my ticket and, try and get a visa here and there. So again, this is open as of right now. And if you volunteer, for example, if you register to be a volunteer, you can even get 100% scholarship to attend these opportunities. That who, as Ugandan, would have already seen as, at a distance, I don't think that is for me. But WiCyS is making it possible for us here in Uganda. This is my last slide, just to share a bit of my story in terms of what massive opportunities I've been able to enjoy through WiCyS. I've been a 2-time mentee, and I've gotten, insights that have continued to build me as a profession. I've been a mentor, and I've gotten that, satisfaction and blessing to be able to pass on the torch, be able to give back to what WiCyS has done for me as a person. I've talked about the scholarships. I've had the opportunity to meet the very humble founder of WiCyS, Dr. Ambarin. Every time we go for the conference, we carve out time to meet as Africans at the conference. And, there's over 2,000 attendees, and you find we're just a handful, 60 to 70 Africans. But even of those, you find that 90 are the ones that are living within the United States, and maybe only 10 have moved out of the continent to attend the conference. But I believe that our attendance is still inspiring people that it is possible and that you can also have the opportunity to attend. Friendships, I met those 2 ladies on our first mentee. They are mentees like me, and we have forged a friendship that every conference we are looking for each other. We are rooting for each other on, the social media, the LinkedIn of these days. And recently we were like, I think we should have a girls trip somewhere. That is the power of networking and community that we get out of WiCyS. But I will emphasize it's how you embrace it, the opportunity that you see, because not everyone will see it. So if you're passionate, please, I believe that WiCyS will, make a difference in your career. I've had the opportunities for, other trainings, AI series, speaker training, and all this just by a click of a button. When they open and say this is open for registration, all I do is register and I keep quiet. And before you know it, I have an opportunity that, I wouldn't have ideally gotten if I stayed within the boundaries of Uganda. So with that, here at WiCyS Uganda, affiliate, we're saying together we can rise. We are ready to lift as we rise. And if you're passionate about your career, if you're passionate about cybersecurity, this can be your home, this can be your community, this can be your sisterhood. And we are blessed that, WiCyS Global still appreciates that we are on the African continent. So they have subsidized our membership fee by, I think, over 80%. So if you're ready to join, you can get in touch and we'll be able to share the discount code, and you start enjoying all the benefits that I've talked about and even more that I've not highlighted within this presentation. Thank you so much. And I think we will come. I'll hand it over back to Tabitha.
That was lovely. A round of applause for Diana, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you so much, Diana, for that lovely introduction to WiCyS and for a hint on the amazing opportunities that are ahead of us. Thank you so much. We are privileged to be in the same space as you with all the things that you've been able to achieve. and how far you've been able to go. We're so glad that you get to pour into the rest of us. Thank you so much. All right. So, for my next act, I will be inviting a lovely lady called Claire, who I'm going to be interviewing. Is she with me? Yes, she's right here. Claire, can you speak? Can you hear me?
Yes, I can.
Great. Are you going to turn on your camera or you're comfortable that way?
Yes, I'm going to. Just a minute.
Sure. So, the rest of the team is going to respond to the questions in the Q&A in the chat section as we wait for Claire to sort out her camera. So, right now we're
camera doesn't want to turn on.
It's not agreeing, eh? It's okay.
It's not agreeing this evening, but let me just give it one more try.
Once again, thank you so much, ladies and gentlemen, for joining us this evening for the WiCyS Empower Her in Cyber inaugural webinar. We're so happy to have you all with us today. Again, as we previously mentioned, we're going to be having a giveaway at the end of this webinar. It's going to be completely randomized, so none of us will say that we favored the other over the other. What? No. It's going to be fair and square. So we're having the member experience spotlight, and we have Claire Mtire, who is with us. She's trying to sort out her camera. And when that is sorted out, we will dive into the little interview we're going to have. Okay. Any further questions you guys have for us in the chat section? Oh, thank you so much, Maria, Olivia, and Sozi Malik. Oh, Dana, they're giving you flowers in the chat section. Awesome introduction. Wow, this is so good. Thank you so much, Dana, for the insightful message. What are the requirements to join? And how do I apply as a volunteer? All right. All right. A member of the team is definitely going to be in the chat section with you guys. Don't worry.
The camera has refused, but we'll move with it. Yes,
cool.
we will.
No problem. All right, Claire, it's a pleasure to have you join us this evening and carve out time in this chilly Wednesday. I'm going to have myself a bowl of soup after the call. What about you? What are you going to have?
Haven't decided yet. Probably something like tea.
So for the people in the room with us, could you give us an intro to who you are before we dive into the rest of our conversation?
Okay, thank you, Liz. My name is Claire Mtire. I'm currently working as a specialist for identity and access management at Stanbic Bank. I've been in the banking industry for a while, but to focus on like security has been these past 3 years. A Christian, so I do subscribe to Christianity. I love taking things easy. I'm not, I try to be on the adventurous side, but I just try. Yeah, I think that basically covers me as an individual.
Thanks so much for that intro. So now we're going to dive into the questions that we have prepared for you. So just a few questions for you. How did you first hear about WiCyS? What was it like for you when you first joined?
So I did hear WiCyS from Diana. She happens to be the team lead for my team. And when I just joined, she did talk about it. Guys, let's join WiCyS. And I was thinking to myself, what's this WiCyS? So after a while, I was like, let's experiment. But if something isn't like on your mind, you don't prioritize it. So I took a while from the time she talked about it to the time to join. It took me like a couple of months. And when I joined, then I was like, oh, okay. I looked at the write-ups that were there, and then I was like, this is the place I would like to be.
Nice. Thank you. So Diana is the bringer of good news, eh?
Yes, she's the recruiter.
And what was your mentorship experience like with WiCyS the time you joined?
So when I joined, I was in the last year's cohort. That's a cohort for 2024. And when I joined, from the word go, the questions when you're signing up were a bit, let's say, they were a lot for me at that time. I figured when I was joining for the mentorship, you'd best be like, do you want to be a mentee or a mentor? Click and move. But the questions were detailed. They were very detailed, and they would prompt you to think about what you want. Like, there are questions like, so what would you like to learn? And then you had to first step back and be like, okay, now I'm in this WiCyS and I'm signing up for this membership. What do I want to learn? So I did figure it out eventually. it wasn't a tick box. I had to go back and think about why I really wanted to join this mentorship program. And once I figured it out, then I went in knowing not exactly what I wanted, but almost knowing what I wanted, at least having a scope of things. Say, I'm interested in, of course, the networking. I'm interested in the leadership skills. I'm interested in learning about other aspects of security that I may not know about. And that's basically the startup of the mentorship program on my side.
I like that you mentioned that it had you thinking about the particular direction you wanted to take, what you wanted to achieve from the mentorship program. So was it distinct had you taken part in any other mentorship programs before? And was it distinct in any other way from any others that you had probably heard of or attended?
So I hadn't had any mentorship, and it was one of the things that I had always put on my to-do of, I should get myself a mentor. One of these days. And I kept putting it off, literally self-directing my career path of, if I studied this course, maybe I would get this. So when I joined the mentorship program, when I saw the write-up, first of all, of these, probably what we'll talk about, I was like, oh, this is what I want. I want something like this. I want someone to tell me their experience, and then see someone to guide me as I move this career journey, someone to hold my hand. Of course, holding my hand would not necessarily mean walking the exact journey, but someone to give you like a sense of direction. And that is what I was looking for at that point. And of course, in the general scale of things, I know that this is where I want to be in the future. But at that point, I was like, is this it? Could there be another way around it? And I figured I may have taken the longer route if I was self-directing, as opposed to getting a mentor, someone who is experienced, someone to walk the journey with.
Okay. It's good that you mentioned mentor. In what ways did your mentor impact your journey? Were they the right choice for you? Did you have fun?
Yes, I did. My mentor was not very strict. She's a lady from Egypt. She's called Yasmin. And we had the content. So you'd read up before the discussion so that you know what questions to ask. And she would also give you questions to probe your mind. And it was a learning experience because we're in the room, all of us are talking cyber or whatever topic is there at that moment. In that, what do you aspire? What do you want to do? If this happened, what would you do? So she wasn't really telling you exactly what you need to do, but giving you an opportunity to think about what you want to do. She brings a scenario and you talk through it. And then she, of course, from her perspective, she'll give you her opinions on her side.
Nice. That sounds like a very interesting experience.
It
So,
is.
what skills or confidence or opportunities did you gain through WiCyS, or have you gained so far?
So WiCyS has helped me, at least in the section of direction. I had, as I had mentioned earlier, I was self-directing of when you see a popular course and then you read about it and you're like, this could lead me to where I want to go. And then other times you'd be like, this is the hyped course, this is what everyone is doing, and then you also want to do it. But when I joined WiCyS, during especially the mentorship session, I got direction of what do I want to do. I want to stay a technical person, but is it wrong? The usual is you're a technical person, you move into leadership, you move into CIO, and then what? But she did help me realize that you can be a technical person. By that I mean that you don't need to learn about leadership or these other skills that you meet across. So in terms of direction, the mentorship exercise did help me find direction for my work, at least for my career, where I want to join. And also it helped me get exposed to people who have been in the industry for a while, to know the stories of people who have joined WiCyS, who have joined cyber. Some people come from sections like HR and join cyber late, but still they make it out. And the rest of us have been in IT for a while and we are struggling in there, yet someone can come from our side. So those experiences helped shape the way I see my career. And I could say now I have a plan-ish. The plan is not in concrete, but at least I have a plan of what I want to do.
Nice. And in so doing, with your answer, you actually answered my next question, which I had for you around how the community influenced your career, studies, and leadership approach. Yeah? Nice. So we'll skip that one. So are there any standout moments from your time in WiCyS that still inspire you?
Yes, there are a number, but I think I'll mention two. In our mentorship sessions, we did have a session for our CV reviews. And at that point, I had my CV, my resume, and as it had got me 2 jobs, and I figured it wasn't that bad. Then we had a session and let's say my CV was shredded. I had to start afresh. So when and during the session, I did it was constructive feedback. I was like, oh my God, how have I been working with this all these years? And it was, whenever I think about it, it's one of my highlights. That CV review was top notch. And I think my CV is now better, even when I look at it as an outsider from the explanations that they did share. It makes more sense. Then the next one was when we did we had a next gen assessment. So the assessment is basically giving you, it's like set up as an aptitude with different styles of questions to gauge where you lie in cybersecurity. It would be like the equivalent of going to Google and typing, what kind of cybersecurity person am I? Will I fall in the SOC? Will I fall in the technical bit? Where will I fall? So we did have that assessment, and I discovered that I could fall everywhere. And all along in my career, I had been like focusing on a certain section of thinking, oh, that is too technical, or that is, I can't do that. But when we did that assessment, it helped me to know that according to my competences, the way I answered the questions, I had a chance to fit in a number of places which I hadn't thought of before.
Nice. And people pay so much for CV reviews. People pay so much for aptitude tests.
Yeah.
Especially those that are as specific as that, eh? Most people don't even encounter aptitude tests until they are applying for a job. And they see the flames in there, eh? And they see that, man, maybe I'm in the wrong spot. Nice. So what would you say to someone still on the fence about joining WiCyS?
For anyone that's still on the fence, do it. Because what's the worst that could happen? So you join, maybe you don't like it, you leave. But if you don't join, then you won't know what's there. And also, when you do join, it's not about just joining and paying your subscription and saying, I've joined WiCyS. The programs are available. So if you do not tap into them, they'll stay on your email. They'll still come in, other people will take them, but you'll also be a WiCyS member, and you will still have not gained anything. So do it, join and participate. You don't know how much you'll learn and the people you'll meet along the way.
Nice. Thank you so much for that. Then what's one piece of advice you'd give young women or allies entering cybersecurity? Someone just starting their journey today.
If someone is starting their journey today, I think the advice I'd give them is let's be curious. Curiosity in the sense of, oh, I heard this word and it's security term. What is it about? We have the resources online, those free courses you can do, just short courses, just briefly. When you're curious about something, you read about it, and then in the long run, it could be your passion. So let's say you hear about, you hear about cloud, and you're like, what is this cloud that they talk about? So you start reading it, you see, and now that the resources are more like practical, some are like cartoonish, animated versions, so they would be easy to do. So let's stay curious, let's learn as we go along, and I don't think there is a wrong direction you can take. Let's say you could say, now I'm interested in cloud, and then now you know about it, but it's not really what you're interested in. You switch, you move to something else, and then you also try it. Along the way, you've gained the information, the knowledge, and you've also found your passion along the way. Yeah, that's it.
That's so cool. So your social media handles and parting shots.
I use my full name for LinkedIn. I don't know if I'll be able to share in the chat, but I use my full name for LinkedIn, Claire Mtire. For Insta, I use AM2 Claire. My parting remarks would be, for WiCyS and for any career development, I think, and from my experience, if you do not tap in, you may not get much. So as we join, whether career-wise, whether WiCyS, let's use the resources that come through. They'll share the programs, but even when you join a program and then you don't participate, still you wouldn't have gained much. So whatever we do, let's do it end to end, and then we'll make it out. Thank
Thank you
you.
so much for your time. We are
Thank
so
you.
grateful to have had you, Claire.
Thank you.
All right, a round of applause for Claire, guys. And now we are going straight into Q and A. Diana, are you there?
Yes, I am very much here. I've been trying to answer some of the questions, but I think we can voice over them. A lot of them around how do I join and all that. So um, maybe I can first just give a general update on how do you join with Uganda affiliate. It is through the WiCyS global page where you find join us. But I've been advising that if you drop us an email at uganda-affiliate@wicis.org, we'll be able to share with you a guide on how to join the steps. But over and above that, then we'll also share the discount code that allows us as Ugandans to only pay $20 or 70,000 as our annual membership fee. There's a question around if that event is meant for just joining the membership program. No, that $20 gives you access to all the opportunities that keep opening up month on month through WiCyS Global. So once you have paid that, any opportunity that opens up, all you have to do is apply, register, and then they go through a vetting process and will give you feedback on whether you have been successful or not. At least from my previous experience, 90% of the times when you apply, you will get the opportunity that you have applied for. Unfortunately, the mentorship program that starts October to June next year closed out at the end of September. So from a global point of view, now they are in the process of mapping mentees to mentors. So you might have missed out this opportunity for this year, but this is an annual event. Next year it will be back. I've seen a lot of people in the chat asking for mentors. And that is our dream and as WiCyS Uganda affiliate to say beyond the opportunity to join the global mentorship program, can we also have a local mentorship program? But like I said, we are still in formation. We were approved not long ago. We are maybe 2 months old now, but those are some of the things we'll be looking when I talked about us having some programs that are within the local context. Those are some of the programs we look at. Another person asked about, can I get an attachment or an internship through WiCyS Uganda? Currently, again, that is not an opportunity that is there, but that is one of the things that we'll be looking out for to say, can we get partners on board that then we can say, you know what? We have these ladies that need internship. Can you always give us a note annually or what? Because that's what WiCyS actually global does. It will go to Google, it will go to Amazon, it will go to Walmart and get those opportunities, and then people can vie for them. So our hope and prayer is that we'll grow to that level. Because right now, if you went to a virtual career fair, like I said, you'll find opportunities that maybe we can't easily access as a Ugandan, but there are other many opportunities. The funds, courses, the scholarship for training, all those are open to us as Ugandan members, and those are some of the things you can tap into. So, Tabitha, I'll first pause there, and maybe you can ask any critical questions you see in the chat.
I'm seeing a lot of praises to you. Some people want to be volunteers. Then what else do we have here?
don't know if the attendee is able to ask verbally or it's only through chat.
No, they can't. They only have the texting
chat option.
opportunity.
Okay. I think in terms of listing really opportunities that are there, like some of those that I showed off, there's an IST2 bootcamp. I think that is still open, where WiCyS gives scholarships for 500 ladies to do the introduction in cybersecurity certification by IST2. And again, when you get the scholarship, you get all the way the coupon to do the certification and have that on your CV or on your career. One thing is that WiCyS is not a certifying body, but what it is doing is partnering with the different bodies that offer certifications, like SANS, like IST2, and then they bring those opportunities in a pool and then open up, windows where us as members can apply and be taken off on the different cohorts to be able to tap into those opportunities. So all I can say is that once you become a member, just make sure that on a weekly you just log into your membership portal. There will be an opportunity. And this also opens you to the global webinars. You can register to attend a webinar for any affiliate that has been listed on the WiCyS event calendar that you're interested in or that is in line with what you're currently doing that you can, learn from.
Okay, I don't think I see any other questions. Thanks so much once again, Diana. All right. Elizabeth, are you there?
You mean Pauline Elizabeth?
Time for us to spin our wheel.
That is Agnes.
Agnes, all right, great. So Agnes is right here with us. Agnes, you ready? Guys, drum roll. You get to see the lucky champ.
Agnes, are you there? I see she's muted.
Yes, I'm here. Let me just share my screen. Okay, so we have a list of all the attendees that are not members of WiCyS, and I'm going to spin the wheel, and the lucky person will be the one to
I hope the lucky person is part of our attendees because I know we had 74 register, but we have around 31 present. So fingers crossed that it's someone who is currently. Wow, Farida Nantege is not here. Should we give it another spin? I was hoping that someone in the room. Let me see. Is Farida around? No.
I don't think she's around.
What? The opportunity has not
give
found
it one. Let's give it one more spin.
Okay.
It still falls onto someone who's not there, then we'll know it's their lucky charm.
All right.
Margaret. Is Margaret on the call?
No, I don't see Margaret number 0 here.
Yeah.
I think we have to spin again.
Let's spin. We have how many? We are 1 minute over, but let's hope that one person, present members, can actually walk away.
It is
One name.
Peace. I see one piece on our call.
Yeah, I see Peace Hamba. Should we assume that is the Peace?
yeah, Peace Hamba. Yes, that's right.
Well, congratulations, Peace Hamba. I believe we have your email address.
Yes,
we'll
we
be
do.
able to share a coupon where you can join 100% without paying a coin. So you are like a winner today, and thank you for everyone that attended. But back to you to Tabitha.
That was fun. Unfortunately, I've already paid, so I can't be the lucky one. But guys, you don't know what you just missed. All those people who missed, who was not there when they called them. Sad, guys. That's just sad. Sad. You went miss out on so many nice things. But there will be other opportunities. This is not our last call. This is not our last giveaway either. I know down the road we'll be having swag for you and exclusive access to webinars. Yeah, you'll have cool t-shirts just like Diana's got right there. Cool. You'll be able to attend cool events within the ecosystem, exclusive events, by the way. So finally, we are down to closing and call to action. Right? Diana, do you want to take away the CTA, the close to action, the call to action? You're muted.
I am muted. What is the call to action? Really, it is simple to say, if you're passionate about your career, as we are about your career, just take that action. Reach out to us on Uganda-affiliate@WiCyS.org. We'll be able to share all the information you need in terms of how do I join WiCyS. And then beyond that, you can also check out WiCyS.org in terms of wanting to know more about us as an organization, what opportunities are there for you at whatever level you are at. And I believe most of us, I can flash again, the leadership team. You can reach out to any of us. If you have additional questions or you want guidance, but all we wanted to say today is that to Simbu Day. Our belief is that soon we'll be able to have, physical meetups. But we thought that let's first, let people know who WiCyS is. I saw someone saying I've been seeing it on LinkedIn. Yes, that is who we are. We are part of the global organization that is here to elevate women and to see us thrive, to see us be successful in the field of cybersecurity and STEM as a whole. Because I normally want to tell people that anyone who is in technology, you are cybersecurity profession, because you will not do networking, you will not do, any development work without having, embedding security principles in the work that you do. So I could say that WiCyS is all about having as many women in STEM as possible. And that as our leaders, as the leaders of the affiliate, we are committed to see this community take off and actually be impactful to you and to your career as you journey on. So most welcome, and hope to hear from most of you. Thank you most of all for heeding the call and spending your 1 hour with us, to learn about who WiCyS is and what it can do for you or for your sister. So thank you so much, and God bless you. Back to you, Tabitha.
Thank you so much, Diana. And thank you so much for joining us today, ladies and gentlemen. So if you've not followed us yet on LinkedIn, please look for us, WiCyS Uganda affiliate. You've not checked us out on Instagram yet, we are also there, WiCyS Uganda. If you've not followed us on Twitter, X, We are also there, WiCyS Uganda. You could just look us up and you will definitely find us. Follow us, share, like our posts, share with a friend, tell a friend, turn on your notifications for our posts so you may be in the loop of everything that we'll be sharing and everything we'll have going. We are so glad you could spend this chilly Wednesday evening with us. We can't wait to have you again and have you tap into this well of opportunities that we are all seated on, that you could also be part of, that you could dive into. I can't wait to see you all once again, ladies and gentlemen. And from me, I wish you a good night.